Do you not like it that much? Or do you enjoy it that much? Day 3? That means I'm gonna get stuck somewhere. Drugs, guns, and cash. Or the Fast and the Curious.
Hoping to find more information about why sleazy PI Carlos Maldonado has been keeping an eye on my place leads me to a swanky beach house where I'm delighted and surprised to meet an incredibly beautiful woman inside a home medical office. Unfortunately for me, the feeling is not mutual, and she's accompanied by a very lethal friend.
Oh, here we go.
Freeze. What are you doing here?
Well, we had such a charming conversation on the vidphone, I knew I had to meet you. Now I'm rethinking that.
You don't remember me, do you?
Well, I wish I did. Does that count?
We met just once, years ago. So did you really come here looking for me? Or are you here for Mason?
I'm sorry, the correct answer is C, all of the above. I came here to find you, but it's Mason I'm looking for.
Well, you'll have to make do with me. Mason isn't here.
So how do you know Mason?
In the biblical sense, I'm his wife, Ariel Bowers.
When was the last time you saw him?
Over a month ago.
No kidding. A wife like you, I'm surprised he ever leaves the house.
We've been legally separated for over a month. He has issues, erratic behavior.
What is she wearing?
Depression. It got to be too much.
Psychological problems, huh? What are we talking here? He ties a shoe for an hour, or he walks into Burger Barn with dynamite in his pants?
I think it was just a reaction to stress. His work kept him away for weeks at a time.
So I heard your husband was a neurologist, like a brain surgeon or something.
Or something, yes. He worked in neurochemistry, how chemicals influence neural operations.
Man, I'm cold.
Mason never talked about his work, even before we separated. But we stayed in touch. This was the longest he ever went without calling me. I got worried and came here. I found Maldonado's number and called to see if he knew anything.
Yeah, well, Maldonado's not going to be able to help as much because he's dead. Is that who you were coming to see on Chandler Avenue?
Yes, that's right. What happened to him?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to find out. But the trail seems to lead through your husband, who, by the way, I believe has been abducted.
Abducted? Now I'm worried sick. What are we going to do?
Well, to start with, if you could think of anything...
You can
that
remove
could
your
help me
clothes,
out there
I mean...
to find him, that would be a big help.
You can tell me where he is.
Feel free to look around here. I wish I could stay and help, but I'll give you my number so you can call me later. And sorry about the gun to the head thing.
Oh, it's okay. I've just got one of those faces. Probably look better with a hole in it.
I have my doubts about Ariel Bowers' motivation. She certainly seems to have an agenda which includes more than just her husband's well-being. What's she up to?
Hubba, hubba. Whew. Is it hot in here, or did my internal fan just crash?
Well, it feels like I'm being played for a sap.
Oh, come on. She's just getting ready to play the field. I'd like to bring her over for a debugging session.
Okay, enough.
I'll be right back. I need to go put some pants on. I'm cold. Thyroid disease.
Just looking at this gives me an icky feeling.
Normal brain.
Just looking at this gives me an icky feeling.
Human stomach.
Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. He's looking a little under the weather. It's a choose-your-own-adventure neurology book. If I found a flash drive, I could connect it to the video screen.
You have a fax.
You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books.
You have a fax.
Just the place to conduct
You
some
have a
business.
fax.
Well, I wonder what's on this little device. If I found a flash
You have a
drive,
fax. You have a
Long-lasting memories are created through a process of consolidation, which is based on the formations of protein in the brain. Thus, memories, particularly painful ones, are formed by these unstable proteins, making them easily identifiable and removed with a combination of drugs and behavior therapy, ensuring memory elimination. Of course, there are those who do not believe that the benefits of memory modification outweigh
Oh,
the risks.
crap.
They warn that eliminating memories, one could significantly alter a person's personality, their history.
fax.
Oh, a fancy device that wipes your memories. Useful technology. I see applications for anyone who ever went out with you or read the Twilight series.
come on. Little mercy here for the victim, all right? Why would Bowers want to erase my memory?
You have a fax.
I had some candy and that biatch just flew out of my hand. I don't know where it went.
You have a fax.
Long-lasting memories are created through a process of consolidation, which is based on the formations of protein in the brain. Thus, memories, particularly painful ones, are formed by these unstable proteins, making them easily identifiable and removed with a combination of drugs and behavior therapy, ensuring memory elimination. Of course, there are those who do not believe that the benefits of memory modification outweigh the risks. They warn that eliminating memories, one could significantly alter a person's personality, their history.
Makes sense.
Just the place to conduct some business. Looks like Carlos Maldonado was trying to get a hold of Mason about someone named Margaret Leonard. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. Maldonado was tracking down a woman named Margaret Leonard for Bowers.
Margaret Leonard. They drilled a hole in my skull. I was awake and it hurt a lot. That kind of thing goes without saying.
Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Man, that is so cool. Nothing I can use. Man, that is so cool. This table? A little small for my taste. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me. Well, it's a microscope, and you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, hell?
This cabinet needs a three-digit code to open.
3-digit code?
I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Unfortunately, it's not the Tunnel of Love. Unfortunately, it's not the Tunnel of Love. Oh, what a very hospitable guest room.
It looks like Margaret Leonard is going rogue. What should I do? I have 5. I need 9. Where did the chick go?
This frame needs 9 baseball cards.
I have 5 of them.
Now that's my kind of book. Never, ever. This copy's been out here for magnets. How do they work? Really? They found someone to eat this crap? I think that's upside down.
How is this upside down, dude?
Boy, I try not to look directly into a mirror because it's kind of bad for my self-esteem. Tsunami! No bidet? Sick. Rub-a-dub-dub. Yeah, I wouldn't open that if I were you. But since I'm me... Yeah, I believe that's a towel. A collector's edition of Matt? Isn't that DeForest Bunny from Night of the... Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf.
The chick's just gone.
If the owner's ventriloquist dummy... I don't know if I get the open concept between these two bed... Oh man, I hate retro things.
195.
I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Well, it's a microscope. And you need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor. Yoink!
That's 6. I need to buy bills. I need to pay bills, and I need to buy candy.
Oh, what a very hospitable guest room. Nothing I can use. This table? A little small for my taste.
Long-lasting memories are created through a process of consolidation, which is based on the formations of protein in the brain. Thus, memories,
No, I don't take
painful
medicine, man.
are formed by these unstable proteins, making them easily identifiable and removed with a combination of drugs and behavior therapy, ensuring memory elimination. Of course, there are those who do not believe that the benefits of memory modification outweigh the risks. They warn that eliminating memories, one could significantly alter a person's personality, their history.
You'd need a PhD to understand any... Yeah, that's not important. You don't have to put on the red light. Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel of love. Unfortunately, I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something.
Can I go to a sink in the kitchen?
Yep, that's a sink. I don't know what I was thinking. Yep, that's a sink. Yep, that's a sink. Well, that won't work. This petri dish is encrusted with all sorts of gunk. I'll need to clean it off to see what's underneath here.
Stop. Just stop.
I've always learned the hard way that the stove gets hot.
Can I go to the bathroom?
My landlord always reminds me that indoor plumbing is a privilege, not a right. That was a waste of time. Tsunami! Rummaging through no bidet? Sick.
It needs to be cleaned.
This petri dish is encrusted with all sorts of gunk. I'll need to clean it off to see what's underneath here. Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf. Ah, the soothing, sultry siren song of a red cat. If the owner's ventriloquist dummies in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Not my size, not my style, not my day. If the owner's ventriloquist dummies, it's just planned. Gross. This bowl is full of fruit. Perfect place to keep a midnight snack.
$9.50.
I'm sure these MRI pictures are... Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies. You need a PhD to understand any of these books. Maldonado was tracking down a woman named Margaret Leonard for Bowers.
How to find more information, how to unlock the cabinet in the MRI room, how to solve the baseball card frame puzzle, where to find all 9. I'm gonna have to search for these cards.
This house belongs in a tax bracket that I'm most unfamiliar with. Remembrance of a much simpler time. Keep out of reach of children. Oh, banana. Lord knows I could use a plunger at my place. Tsunami! No bidet? Sick.
What's a bidet?
No bidet? sick. Yeah, I believe that's a towel.
I have no idea what a bidet is.
Rub-a-dub-dub. I think the table's all wobbly. Really? They found someone to eat this crap? Magnets. How do they work? Tried to make a hard-boiled egg using one. Never, ever stick your hand in a toaster. This coffee's been out here for days. Really? They found someone to eat this crap? King Twinkie. Well, judging by all this fiber, the owner has digestive issues. There must be something I can eat around here.
Salt, sugar, flour.
Yep, that's a sink. Yep, that's a sink.
And there's water in it.
That was a waste of time. Most of the stuff's expired. Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. Yeah, just some books. A collector's edition of Matt Cubase Tyler baseball card. Isn't that DeForest Bunny from... Well, this looks cheap. Staring at this picture is more exciting than watching a game of baseball.
$1905.
Nothing I can use. Now that was a terrible. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Yeah, just some books. Well, there's Waldo.
Where?
Well, there's Waldo. Now that was a terrible year for wine. Say hello to my little friends. There's room for every member of the Brady family on here except Alice, and I never considered her part of the family. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. Ah, light bulbs. I can't think of a greater... Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Some crates, vases, well, they're all the rage these days. This frame needs 9 baseball
1, 2,
cards.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Classic. These baseball cards are great. Well, that won't work. Well, that won't work. There's just no accounting for good taste. Nope, nothing worthwhile. Yeah, just some books. Wrong form of hits. Oh, sure. No, that's not important. It takes a man of exquisite taste to truly appreciate a pleather chair. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, if you know what I mean.
I have no clue what you're talking about, dude.
Perfect place to keep a midnight snack. Sheesh. I couldn't even imagine lugging this thing up those stairs.
I'm still missing. I'm missing 3 baseball cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many was it? Was it 8 or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I'm missing 3 baseball cards.
Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. If the owner's ventriloquist dummies in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Nope. Yeah, just some books.
I feel like I've looked at
Just
everything.
looking at these makes me... If the owner's ventriloquist dummies in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Now I could use that.
Okay. Well, I'm missing 2 more. It's just on the window.
Oh, perfect for watching someone while they sleep. Oh man, I hate retro things.
Like, I'm looking underneath.
Gross. Well, if I ever need to step up, I'm coming back for you. Vertical stripe. Well, if I ever need a vertical stripe,
I'm like looking underneath
taller than they actually are.
the beds and tables and stuff. I'm missing 2 cards.
I got a feeling that's not a crochet needle. Unfortunately, it's not the Tunnel of Love. Unfortunately, it's not the Tunnel of Love. Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Come on, cards, where are you?
Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. Nothing adds personality to a room like throw pillows.
What? Why can I move this one but not this one?
Nothing adds personality to a room like throw pillows. Nothing adds personality to a room like throw pillows. Seems sturdy. Say hello to my little friends.
Now that was a terrible year for wine.
A collect? Well, that reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf. Barrels make any interior space look more rugged. Nothing adds personality to a room like throw pillows. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 chairs. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3. Isn't that DeForest Bunny from Night of the Lepus? Cookies? Tasty. Salty. This is no good to me. There must be something I can eat around here. Not much of a view. Nope, no. Oh, I always put out fresh towels for my guests. I always put out fresh towels for my guests. If I had any. Yeah, I believe that's a towel. Well, there's Waldo.
Yep, I can't find them.
Sulfuric acid. I better be careful with this. Oh, sure, that... Oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on the wall.
Sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid can be very useful in cleaning chemistry equipment.
Oh.
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it.
Something very tiny is written at the bottom of this petri dish. I'll need some help reading the inscription.
$670. Damn, I'm good.
That's interesting. Something tells me the doctor got a lot of toothaches.
That's only one card. I'm missing one card. Move pillow and cushion. Oh, there we go.
That's interesting.
Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh.
Lots of cash. Usually a sign of illegal activity. Pawn Weekly may be even sadder than that Cat Weekly magazine. The drawer inside this safe needs 2 additional cards. Whatever's in here must be so important that Mason Bowers keeps both the cards with him at all times.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
The drawer inside this safe needs 2 additional cards. Whatever's in here must be so important that Mason Bowers keeps both the cards with him at all times.
What is this?
Looks like Bowers was interested in some Nikola Tesla artifacts from Rook's pawn shop.
Rook's pawn shop.
I better drop by the barbecue joint and see how that dweeb Mojo's doing.
Maybe he's decrypted that memory stick.
Yeah, about time, too. I need a new lead on this case. Archie Ellis wrote a book? I bet this sells for pennies on eBay.
We need to talk.
Oh, do we have to, really?
Yeah, trust me, you may be involved in what happened to me.
Oh, the very thought makes me giddy.
I knew you'd be pleased to hear that. But it's all tied to items of Nikola Tesla and a man named Mason Bowers.
It's true. It's true I've had some very rare Tesla items in my possession from time to time, but I have never heard of this Mason Bowers.
You know Carlos Maldonado?
Well, of course I know that wretched swine.
Tell me how he ties into Tesla.
Maldonado tried to bribe and threaten me to reveal my source of my Tesla items, but I didn't give it to him, and I won't give it to you. Do you think Maldonado was the one watching you?
I think so.
Oh, my, that could be troublesome. I need to make some inquiries. Is there anything else?
What the hell does inquiries mean? Damn.
So, your memory stick's all ready to go. Now, what do you give me for it?
What?
Excuse me?
You think I'm gonna solve your case for free just because you're my idol? Nah, the great Tex Murphy wouldn't lift a finger without compensation. Neither will I.
Look, Sonny, extortion is a very serious business.
Do you have an action figure? I want something money can't buy.
I used to have a Pez dispenser.
No, I want an action figure of you.
Of me? Sysophant?
I don't have anything like that. My apartment's practically empty. Even if I did, how do I know what's on the memory stick is even worth anything anyway?
You know how your cases always have 100 loose ends, and you need that one missing piece to tie it all together?
Yeah, so?
This could be that one missing piece. Mr. Murphy, you need this.
Yeah, well, I'm all out of action figures, so now what?
Do you remember that sicko who was going around with a liquid nitrogen freeze gun, shooting people and then smashing them? The press called him the Nitro Stalker. You got involved, and the cops finally found him a few weeks later.
An
Smashed
act
into
of
a million
asking
pieces.
for information? Okay, thank you.
You think I did that?
Everybody knows you were behind that bit of freeze-dried justice. The freeze gun was never found, and I'm betting you took it. I'll trade you the memory stick straight up for it.
All right. But please be aware that Inspector Burns Corporate will be hearing about your shoddy customer service.
Freeze gun?
Don't know. So glad Archie opened up his shop here. He's like a god at all this conspiracy stuff. Who's that? Don't know.
I wonder who'd know about that stupid freeze gun around here.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Can't help you with that.
Oh, the help he was.
It's real good having you stop in more regular. How can I help you? You got me there, Moif.
Moif.
Again? Really?
I don't like this any better than you do.
Oh, it's all about you, isn't it? What about my feelings? You think this is easy for me? Well, the freeze gun? The one you pawned that supposedly belonged to the Nitro Stalker? I believe it was purchased by one of those vigilante Morlock hunters.
Morlock hunters? And where are the locations of these Morlock hunters? Oh. Oh, that was loud.
O Lord, we beseech thee, give us strength, courage, protection. Hail, fellow countrymen. We are ready to begin our quest.
Hunting the dreadful night beast. Make haste.
Sorry, Tex, we gotta run.
Farewell, Sir Larry, Curly, and Moe. I'll be sure to tell Snow White you're gonna be late for breakfast.
Ooh, now this place is cool. A nerdy 7th grader's paradise.
Yeah, every weapon you'd ever need to be a level 85 World of Warlord chieftain. Did someone leave these on? Because they look like they're on. Ow! Yep. Looks like someone has already helped themselves to the items behind the counter. Padlocking the fridge is for extreme dieters only.
To roof. As long as I don't jump, I'm fine. Oh. Really?
That leads to Rusty's roof.
Rogue Gardner shows his collection of Nikola Tesla artifacts.
Looks like Bowers was interested in some Nikola Tesla artifacts from Rook's pawn. Gross. No one's ever removed this thing since the incident. It's a key to a padlock.
A padlock?
Someone leave these on, because they look like they're on. Padlocking the fridge is for extreme dieters only. Maybe try something else. Well, that was stupid. Padlocking the fridge is for extreme dieters only. Padlocking the fridge is for extreme dieters only.
Is this a padlock?
That leads to Rusty's roof.
Oh. God, man, if I had health, that would have killed me. Rusty's glowing zip line.
Rusty's zip line back in place. How convenient.
Oh.
Well, you're dead. Good thing you saved your game. Wait, you did save your game, right? Because there's no way I'm going through all that again.
I have no idea if I saved my game, dude. The zombie dog. He knocked himself out. Oh, that was funny.
No way! A freeze gun? This is definitely your coolest case ever.
No pun intended.
With freeze guns, the puns are always intended. Are you for...
Thank you, Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, this game's pretty cool. Oh, man. The cutscenes in it are the best. Okay. I thought this guy wanted the freeze gun.
You got it, didn't you? The Nitro Stalker freeze gun. So cool. My internet group is gonna be so jealous.
Listen, kid. We kind of keep this on the down low. If the cops find out I gave this to you, I'm probably gonna lose my license.
You can count on me. And I've already forgotten what was on that memory stick. Lips are zipped.
Good enough. And, by the way, that doesn't work.
Look at his face, man. He's so sad.
We may only get one chance, Carlos, so I wanted to go over the plan one more time. If Margaret shows up at the Ritz, call me immediately. If I'm delayed, detain her. We have to assume she won't give up the egg voluntarily, but I want to talk to her first. You know why I've given you the cryo chamber. But that has to be the very last resort. And if anything happens to me, I'll need you to contact a friend of mine. Keep it safe until I retrieve it.
Well, it sounds like Mason and Margaret had a major disagreement. I need to locate both of them and get to the bottom of this. I decide to head back to my office to sort things out.
There
Hey,
she is.
cowboy. Any memories
Oh.
coming back yet?
Not so far, but something tells me I might be missing out on some really good ones.
That's solid detective work.
So, were we dating?
Dating. Oh, that's so cute. I guess you can call it that. But we were also working together in a more professional capacity.
Well, now my detective skills are picking up a little sarcasm.
Seriously, cowboy. I've learned a lot working with you the past couple weeks. Hmm?
Let me get this straight. You and I were working on a case together? Do you mind telling me about that?
Not at all. You wanted a list of tenants here at the Ritz as far back as I could go.
Why would I do that?
It was your dreams. They were vivid before, but they were getting out of control. It's almost like they were changing you into someone else. You talked about seeing things from the past, but you wouldn't give me details. You were incredibly stressed. It was like you actually believed this apartment was haunted. You even started looking into psychometry.
Psycho what?
Psychometry. It's the belief that an
I don't believe anything about that girl.
person's energy or memories.
So, not only am I an amnesiac, but I'm a paranormal idiot. Great.
Sounds crazy, I know. But then we found out about Donnelly.
Who?
JT Donnelly. It was the most bizarre thing. I'd heard you mention the name in your sleep. But then his name turned up when I checked out the previous tenants.
So who is this guy?
He's a private investigator, a real old school brute. He worked for some powerful, influential people, but then he disappeared around 1943. His last known address was here.
San Francisco.
No, here, at the Ritz in this exact apartment.
Okay, that's a little bizarre.
It gets bizarrier.
That's not a word.
You called me one night, raving like a lunatic, saying the walls were talking. I rushed over and found holes smashed in the wall, and you curled up on the floor in a ball.
Well, I'm glad to hear I haven't changed that much.
You wouldn't tell me what had happened. But after that, you wouldn't sleep here. That's when you got your new place and started to sleep there.
Hold on. I have another place?
Yes, you do. And it's even nicer than here.
This is all crazy. I think I'm gonna sleep here tonight just to see whether it affects me in the same way.
Is she gonna stay over?
Do you want some company?
Listen, Taylor, I'm beginning to see what the other me saw in you. But in my head, it's still 2043. I've got to tell you, there was somebody else.
Chelsea, I know.
I know how much she meant to you, Tex. Losing her was traumatic as hell for you. But she's gone. And there's nothing you can say or do or don't do that's gonna bring her back. Do you feel that?
I sure do.
It's your heart beating.
And that's my heart. It's yours if you want it. And it comes with all the other bits.
Well, if you know about Chelsea, then you must know about my ex, Sylvia. And Sylvia believed the way to a man's heart was right through his sternum.
I don't think you mentioned that.
Well, it's true. And if Chelsea is really gone, then that means it's another time that I get hurt by hooking myself to a woman. So, Taylor, you were a great dame. But I'm telling you right now, it's no dice. Maybe later.
I do
6
not
hours
trust
later,
that
the rain
woman.
was finally letting up. There's just too much going on here for me to do anything other than find out why my memory is lost and what happened to me over the last 7 years. Someone took part of my life, and I want to find out why.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
No messages on the vid phone.
Oh, a fax.
You have a fax.
Looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out his 3-card submit. Well, that won't work.
Whoops.
Looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out his 3 cards to midnight shop and see if he knows anything. Archie Ellis is my herbal tea-loving, source for all things alien, supernatural, conspiracy theorist. Or he's just plain crazy. He ran into some trouble with the NSA on my last case. Last I knew, he was hiding out in some tropical locale with a bevy of beauties. I'm surprised he's back in town.
Yeah, so am I. 50 Shades of Grey.
Hey, Murphy, how you doing? You okay? I heard you were having some kind of amnesia. You know, most alien abductees always have some sort of memory loss.
Whoever gave me this lump on my head wasn't some midget alien. No offense.
Hello, aliens? We all know they have long arms. Yowza!
You really back off, man, because I swear I will shoot the next person who tries to touch this, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Ouch. Ooh. So, I guess you do need some catching up then. A few months ago, I moved back here from the islands and I opened up this place. And I was hoping that you and I could hang out together like old times, but you hadn't been around much.
So, did I happen to tell you anything about the case I'm working on?
Not yet, but you know I'm always ready to be Robin to your Batman. Without the homoerotic undertones, of course.
Sorry, Arch, but it's a package deal. If you're gonna be in this with me, you're gonna have to be in all the way.
You had me going there, Murph.
Okay, Boy Wonder, I need you to enter 2 names into the
Boy Wonder.
Mason Bowers, Margaret Leonard.
Well, I don't know about Mason Bowers, but Margaret Leonard, she's connected to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. I mean, you know who Nikola Tesla was, right?
Nikola. The cough drop?
Nikola Tesla was a genius. Probably one of the greatest geniuses ever. I mean, it was Tesla, not Marconi, who was the true inventor of the radio. He invented a Tesla coil, the AC electricity, remote control. He even pioneered cryogenics.
So are you almost to the part about Margaret Leonard?
Right. Well, Tesla died in 1943 when the FBI just swooped in and confiscated all his papers and designs. Then in about 2012, all this stuff, the Tesla cache just disappeared. And you want to know who the #1 suspect was?
Margaret Leonard.
No, an FBI agent named Charles Johansson. Now, I know they could never prove that he did it, but then he quits the FBI and joins some Tesla fanatic group called the Tesla Legacy Society, a group dedicated to making the world better through technology. And that's where he meets
Margaret Leonard.
Bingo! They fall in love, they get married. I think they even had a kid together.
So where's Margaret now?
Not a clue. Johansson died a couple years later, cancer, I think. After that, Margaret just dropped out of circulation.
So all this happened, what, 37 years ago. I mean, no one's found the Tesla cache since then?
It's one of the great mysteries, the lost inventions of Nikola Tesla.
What's the big deal with the Tesla inventions? I mean, there must be some reason they were never made.
Oh, you ever hear of a little thing called Tunguska?
Have I ever? Picked up a bad case when I was down in Mexico. It's where I learned the phrase, Baños, rapidos, ándale muchachos, vámonos!
Oh, Merv, you're too funny. You know, in 1890s, Tesla conducted an experiment and created a resonance frequency. You know, like a big vibration, and it nearly took out a whole chunk of New York City. And then in the 1900s, he began to work on what he called a teleforce beam. The press called it, a death ray, cooler name. But a few years later in Russia, remote area called Tunguska, something caused an explosion 1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb.
1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb 40 years before we invented it?
But that was the last anyone ever heard of the death ray. Tesla never got funding. Instead, they made him out to be some crackpot, and he was broke for the rest of his life. Some people think the plans for it were part of the Tesla cache. Just think how much someone would pay to get their hands on that. The Tesla cache is right up there for me. Oh, and the death ray? Well, the name says it all, doesn't it? He died like 40 years ago and either left the Tesla cache with Margaret Leonard or somebody else. Or he took it to the grave. I've been checking my sources, but no one's heard a thing about her in years. Both aliens and ghosts can communicate through their dreams. It's a proven fact. Don't know about that. Gosh, you'd think a sidekick would be a little more helpful, huh?
Yeah.
He's not very friendly, is he? I actually wouldn't mind forgetting a few years of my own life, mostly my teenage years. And I'll never forget what you did tipping me off before that whack job NSA guy could get me. You know me, Murph. Always up for an adventure. As long as I don't have to go anywhere. Yeah, oh, that's the Hollow Babe at the Golden Gate. Yeah, Mojo is warm for her form, or lack thereof, as it were. Donnelly's kind of a mysterious character. He was a private detective Tesla may have hired not long before he died. There's a mention of it in one of Tesla's letters. You like my shop? Kind of like my old one, the Cosmic Connection. But I had to change the name in case, the NSA and all that.
As I leave, Archie hands me an old photograph of Margaret Leonard. Maybe someone else on Chandler will recognize her from the picture.
Really?
I wonder if anyone else on Chandler Avenue has seen Margaret Leonard.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Sorry, I don't know a lot of people, except the ones that come in here.
I figured she came in here.
Not a clue.
Nothing in there, nothing in there.
A bet.
If you were looking for me earlier, I wasn't here.
Well, it's not like you're gonna just sit around here waiting for me to ask questions, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very realistic, would it? So what can I do for you?
You recognize the woman in this photo?
Oh, nice. I think I saw her in a playbook from 1996. Is this your girlfriend?
What would you know about romance?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Not counting the inflatable variety.
I'm just kidding about this woman being your girlfriend. She's actually mine. No, I'm kidding again. This is Margaret Leonard. She's had a room here at the Ritz forever. She used to live here, but I haven't seen her in years. So, she may not be here anymore, but she auto-pays her rent. So it's all good.
Any chance you can get me into her apartment?
Not a chance in hell. I let her install her own security system, just like you, except hers is a real one. I can't tell you which apartment it is, but you won't get in without a passcode or a personal invitation. Maybe I could try to help you with something else. I'll bet she was something back in the day. Way back in the day. All I know about her is she's got a room here. I hardly ever see her, so I don't know when she's here and when she isn't.
Maybe she's that Sapphire chick.
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Sapphire, eh? Well, this is a flashy new neighbor.
Doubt this.
More questions?
This guy will know anything.
I remember her. Sweet little old lady. Used to see her around the neighborhood years ago. Don't remember the last time I saw her.
Really?
I've been thinking, Murphy, perhaps I should confide something to you.
Oh, this should be good.
Well, you believe Maldonado is spying on you, but it could have been someone else.
Not Margaret Leonard by any chance.
How did you know?
Do the words P.I. mean anything to you?
Margaret may be in grave danger. I've tried to contact her, but to no avail.
Gosh, if only we knew someone with some detective skills. Do you know how to get into her apartment?
No, but she may have left a clue. Some time ago, she left this in my care.
The genius
for
of
you.
Nikola Tesla?
For me?
She wanted you to have it in case anything happened. I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets. I have an interest in Tesla collectibles, so yes, I've heard of it. And no, I don't know where you could find it. I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets.
The Life of Nikola Tesla. One 163-412-923-117. It's chapter 2.
That's an old Magic Square grid code. Row and column totals are the key.
Wait. What?
would Margaret Leonard leave me a key?
Where did the key come from?
That was a waste of time. That's not right. Why would Margaret Leonard leave me a key?
A key to what?
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do. That was a waste of time.
You know, it used to really piss me off, the way you'd always come around asking your question.
I got a key. A key to what? I don't remember anything that was locked.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired.
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your...
I don't remember anything that was locked.
Whatever you need, Mythe, just ask. Oh, I know this little lady. Haven't seen her around in quite a while, but she used to come in pretty regular. I think she lived at the Ritz, at least for a time. She and Chelsea were real friendly. Pretty sure her name wasn't Margaret Leonard, though. At least that ain't the name she told me. I know you was having bad dreams way back when. But I didn't hear nothing else about him after, you know, the thing with Chelsea happened.
Something that was locked. I don't remember anything that was locked.
Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't. Emily? Oh man. I hope she's doing this to get through school.
Who's Emily?
Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling techniques. Maybe we could have been friends if you were alive.
I don't remember anything that was locked.
Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here. Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here.
Llama Club. There's nothing in here.
that's the Snow White warehouse. Looks like an interesting read. Some familiar names on the Chandler Avenue sex offender list. Yep, that's the Snow White warehouse. I wonder if anyone else on
Margaret Leonard.
Why would Margaret Leonard leave me a key?
I don't get it.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Hotel was so famous they named a bridge it.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
That won't work. That won't work. Padlocking the fridge is for extreme dieters only. Fool me once, rubber. Yikes. Little novelty toy. I used to love the game of Twisty. Back in the Hays Code days, couples had to... The half-life of Weenie World burgers is... Whoa, better tell Yogi to be on the lookout for some Jellystone.
You know, Murph, I think we make a great team. What can I do for you? That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while.
Oh, that's a painted door.
This door's just painted on. I knew there was something creepy in there. That won't work. Inspector.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir? That's the witch. At least that's what I call her. A couple times I've seen this old lady sneaking around the neighborhood.
A bell.
Always happy to help out my...
I don't get it.
Oh. Needs a key. Needs a key.
Oh, there we go.
As I walk in the bathroom, I realize there's something wrong here. Something terribly wrong.
There's no bidet. Oh, God. God. Day 4. Oh, I missed what that said. The unusual suspects.
Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her. Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her. Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. That chair looks comfortable. Too comfortable. Oh, there's a flower for each month of the year. It's a business card for some. Looks like Margaret Leonard had a video journal. I'll need to find a memory stick to use on the vid player to watch them.
Red, yellow, blue, white. Red, yellow, blue, white. Red, yellow, blue, white. What does this mean?
Oh, there's a flower for each month of the year.
Oh, like the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 6, 7, 9, 11? Six would be there. Nine, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7. No. 6. No, this was 7. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hey, got him.
It's a picture of someone named Mantis. Looks like Margaret Leonard had a video journal. I'll need to find a memory stick to use on the vid player to watch them.
I was hoping there was a memory stick in there. What is this?
It's a business card for someone named Count Saint Germain. It's a picture of someone named Mantis.
No idea.
Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's the cops.
Well, hello, boys.
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
It's raining outside.
Well, it's not because I killed them, if that's what you're implying.
Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
What does PI...
Come on, Dan. If I killed her, what'd I do with her head? Eat it?
We keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
also in the top 10 of the luckiest, but don't ask me why.
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second, how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
No, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Dan, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you. Hope you'll cut me some slack.
On your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. Problem is, there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
No, mine is just...
I may have seen this guy before on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up. And we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT, Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shut out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work. If you got questions, ask me. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense. Speeder with a broken headlight.
I can't
on the
hear
front
anything.
passenger side? No idea what you're talking about. That's Margaret Leonard. I'll have to take your word for it. Don't recognize the face. Sorry. I know who Zach Williams is, or who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least the stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
Mind if I ask what you're interested in?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trailers let me hear. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives. Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? I was beginning incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life.
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? How we interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune. Which I would gladly pay.
What?
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs, mind regression, past lives. It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped it. Better start asking around.
Boom, ba-cha-boom, ba-cha-boom, ba-cha-boom.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
Certainly the boy wondered.
So what have you come up with? We were talking about some stuff. Tesla, Romanovs, Fabergé, that sort of thing. He sure seems to know a lot about everything. No. He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis. She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend.
Boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom. Inspector Burns, BBQ.
Bill?
Wow, that is crazy what happened to Margaret Leonard. Is everything okay with you and the cops?
Yeah, cops would love to pin it on me, but I think it's all tied to a Mason Bowers who was abducted outside the Ritz a couple of nights ago. I'm just trying to find anybody who might have seen something.
Oh, well then you probably need to talk to Sapphire.
Sapphire?
if she's Greek or not, but she's definitely exotic looking. And she's one of your fellow tenants. Her door's decorated like a French nightmare, but it suits her business. So, if you hear any noises you can't identify, you might want to come back later. It's a damn shame what happened to that little lady. And I'm not crazy about what it did to her apartment either. Not a clue.
Oh, here we go. What is she gonna look like? Wearing very little clothes.
Well, this is a nice surprise.
Sapphire. What a beautiful, if somewhat misleading name.
Thanks, Tex. You know just what to say to please a lady.
Wow, is that a... what kind of contraption is that?
So, what brings you to San Francisco's sexiest PI to my door? Business or pleasure?
No idea, but if I see him, I'll ask him.
What's with the humble act? Are you feeling a little down? Maybe a happy ending would cheer you up.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all anybody wants, right? I mean, and they lived happily ever after, that kind of thing.
Man, she is tall.
You don't want to scratch each other's backs. But what if I don't play ball? Can we still rough and tumble?
Well, Sapphire, don't make me twist your arm.
You can't make me talk.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Excuse me? Are you threatening me? Because if you are, I'd love to see you try the hard way. I'm sorry, Tex. I got carried away. I didn't mean to hurt you. At least not like that. Do you forgive me?
Not until I give you a good, firm interrogation.
I'm all yours, Mr. Murphy.
Damn.
That's the guy you think got abducted? I saw him around a few times coming to see you. I thought. He's been videotaping the Ritz. No idea who that is. That sweet lady used to live here. It looked black, or midnight blue at first, but when the light hit it just right, I could see that it was actually close to Sapphire, which, of course, I would remember.
Because your name's Sapphire?
So spunky, and I love spunk. First, I hear people running around up in your apartment, then this speeder lands outside. I hear some man yelling and screaming outside the Ritz. Then he runs off with some other people chasing him. After a bit, he comes back, and I hear him outside my window. Sounds like he's talking to himself. Then two other guys catch him, shove him into the speeder. Then I hear gunshots, and the speeder takes off. I only met you a couple years ago. So, I don't know what you were like before, but I like what I see now. It ain't just your ass that's bad. Rook's one of my best customers. His tastes aren't as old-fashioned as you might think. That scumbag detective has been watching me for months. What's she got that I don't? I can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't. It's not the nicest place in town, but you can't beat the price. It's a live and let live kind of place. You're a tough guy who thinks he's above the law. What girl doesn't like to get a little turned on by that kind of man? After Clint took over ownership of the Ritz from Nilo, things got a lot better. He even removed all the bugs and hidden cameras.
You do know she's a he, right?
Really?
With the strength of 10 ordinary men.
Would never have thought about that. What am I looking for?
I need to find a few more identifying features about the suspicious speeder.
You know, it used to really piss me off the way you.
Hello, Murphy. How goes the... I'm quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone. Yes, I'm sure that Margaret's items came from the Tesla cache, although the pieces she gave me to sell weren't nearly as valuable as rumors would have you believe. The speeder that flew away after the gunshots I heard? I'm not sure what type it was, but I did notice that the interior was very unusual. It was all white.
White?
Interesting fellow. He was particularly interested in anything to do with Nikola Tesla. He mentioned that he stayed at the Golden Gate Hotel.
More questions? Why you gotta keep... Yeah, there was a speeder that took off right after the gunshots. Saw it in my rearview mirror. I got a thing for high-end speeders. This was a 48 Pandian. Sweet ride.
Sweet ride. That ride was sweet.
Of all the face-melting food joints in all the towns, I would if I could.
I hope you don't mind, Mike. I've been telling folks in the neighborhood about you. Big guy? Talks like he should be on the radio. Yeah, he came in the other day. Didn't seem too impressed with my cuisine.
The hell is a cuisine?
So this is the speeder you think took off after those gunshots and the abduction the other day. I do remember seeing a vehicle. I didn't get the license plate or nothing. I just saw it was one of them nice Pandians. The Bi-Turbo XL model.
I need to find a few more identifying features about the suspicious speeder.
Good to go. Who have I not talked to?
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Well, he wouldn't know
What
anything.
can I...
There's nothing in there. That's closed.
Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here.
Hey, Tex. How's
She
your case
shouldn't know
progressing?
anything.
You're talking about the speeder I saw take off after the shooting? What I can tell you for certain is the last 2 digits on the license plate. They were the numbers 6 and 3. Due to my restrictive protocols, I can only confirm that Count Saint Germain is currently a guest at our hotel.
Well, I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapped vehicle. It's registered to a company called Cézanne, and the location appears on my map.
Cézanne?
I check out Cézanne with smart, Alex, and find out it's some sort of doomsday cult recruiting candidates for a brave new world. And that they believe
A
this
brand
world
new
will arrive
world.
soon. These boys take their schoolwork seriously. And the force field blocking the entrance. What if there's a mechanism around here that could turn it off? Well, there's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Oh, okay. Oh, a cat? Crocodile? Female? A backwards crocodile?
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Wait, that's on the left. Yeah, that one.
And the force field blocking the entrance. What if there's a mechanism around here that could turn it off?
Left, V, right. Should be the right one.
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Oh, they might want the front one.
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
And backwards V. Backwards cat. 3 lines.
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Got him.
Unfortunately, I arrive at Ceysan and set off every alarm possible. I'm missing a token that would grant me entry inside. I head back to my office to devise a new strategy when I find a fax waiting for me. Someone's been watching over my shoulder, and it's not a comforting feeling.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
Oh boy, fax. An anonymous informant wants to meet me at Coit Tower.
Coit Tower. If you actually want to get inside Ceysan, meet me at the top of Coit Tower. I'm missing 1, 2 plus 4, so 6. Can't my car take me to Coit Tower?
Yep, this is a great idea. Just waiting to meet some anonymous chap who still sends faxes. You know, he probably uses real bullets.
I think you need to be a little more trusting.
Tax, I'm plugged into the internet. Internet? You want me to trust people?
Good point.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, stand next to the edge, why don't you?
Slade? How? What? Weren't you in... Locked up in San Quentin till 2260? No, not me. Good behavior.
Well, I'm glad you've turned over a new leaf. I'm a big fan of forgiving and forgetting. Mostly forgetting.
So what don't you remember?
Just the last 7 years.
So you don't remember everything after you and Chelsea got nicked? Chelsea's brother? The English woman, Juliet? Our little partnership?
Our partnership? Look, I know we just made up, but I think I'd rather lick toilets with my tongue than work with you.
Ah, but you did, Tex.
I did? Which one?
Work with me. And it paid a lot better than licking dunnies. How do you think you made all that money? These past few years have been, shall we say, mutually beneficial. But now it seems the same old Tex, the Boy Scout, is back. That's a problem.
You want to know what's wrong with the Boy Scouts? Not a darn thing.
So you've been helping us track down this precious little egg. First you say you got it, then you say Margaret Leonard stole it. Next thing I know, you turn up at Cezanne tripping security alarms like some clueless amateur. What the hell was that all about?
For your information, I set those alarms off on purpose, and I don't have to tell you why.
Always got to do everything the hard way, don't you, Tex? This will get you into Cezanne. Hope you know what you're doing. I'll give you 24 hours to find that egg. And then I'm gonna come looking for you.
He didn't even move his mouth.
And you know I'll find you.
Oh, right.
You can be hungover from things other than alcohol. My meeting with Slade left me shivering like I had the DTs. This guy and I were partners over the last 7 years. There's trouble in my soul and it's become as cold as ash. The further I see down the barrel, the more dangerous and diabolical my world becomes.